Yeah. No, it's been a minute since I got a chance to express myself.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be all about red hair. When it comes to red hair, people have mixed feelings about it. If they already had red hair, then they always say that they loved it, but that it was a drag to keep up with, so they switched. And people who've never had red hair are a little scared because of everything that people say about how it's hard to keep up with, it fries your hair, it bleeds a lot, fades really fast, yada 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 yada. I'm here to tell you about my experience, how I keep up with my hair, and how much I love it. Honestly, red hair is my favorite color I've done so far. And literally, I've done from pink to blue and everything in between. The reason why I think I like red so much is because it just fits my personality. And I'm one of those people that loves to match their lipstick to their hair. So, I mean, red lipstick's my favorite, you know? So it just goes. Okay, now, disclaimer. I'm not by any means a hairstylist. I'm an at-home Google addict, and I have a really good hairstylist, and she's taught me a lot. First things first. If you're a person that already has red hair, and you just want to, maybe you're not happy with your routine, or you just want something new, then this is going to work for you. If you're somebody who's never had red hair, but who wants to look into getting red hair, here's the thing. A, if you're ballsy, if you are confident in your hair skills, then by any means do it at home, and you can follow the steps that I'm doing because it's really worked for me. Or if you want red hair and you're a little bit scared and you don't really trust your hair skills, then you can go to my hairstylist. Her name's Liz. She has her own studio. It's called Live Unique Studio. She is the bomb diggity. She's so good at hair. She can do any color, and she's really tender. She's really good with hair, so she's not gonna fry it, okay? The technique that I'm gonna show you, she's taught me, and it really helps me. It really helped me. So I'm gonna link her stuff below, all her information. You can call her, set your appointment, and she has really fair prices, so you're just gonna love her. Love. Shout out to you, Liz. I'm gonna show you what I do, or what kind of routine I do, okay? First off, this is what you're going to need for refreshing the color or dyeing the hair, okay? First, you're going to need hair dye. Duh. The hair dye that I use is called Adore in the color Crimson, number 68. You can get this at any beauty supply store. In my experience, you can find it at the, like, how do I put this without sounding just totally fucked up? Okay. I haven't found it at Sally's yet, so I just go to like the most hood, most ghetto supply store. Reasons why. The reason why is because they'll usually always have it. The second reason why is because it's usually very cheap. And the third reason why is because the people that work there, they usually know their hair. Like, being honest with you, I've gotten better advice from people at those beauty shops than from like hairstylists in a salon. Why? Because they're all about hair, and they deal with really difficult coarse hair. So when it comes to like my kind of hair, then it's just like a breeze. They know exactly what to use. They know how to moisturize it. They just know all kinds of tricks to like wrap it up at night, to prevent breakage. They just know everything, and it's just so helpful. So my advice to you is just find your little hood corner, your hood corner beauty shop, make a friend in there, and I'm telling you, it's gonna change your hairline forever. So hair dye. Second thing you're gonna need is a towel that you don't care about. Why you don't have to care about it? Because it's gonna get stained. It's gonna be red, it's gonna have spots, it's gonna look like a crime scene, but you're gonna need it. In your bathroom, when you're if you're gonna do this in your bathroom, I would recommend to put towels everywhere that you don't care about, or paper towels, or have the Windex handy, because you leave it on too long, like in the area that you're working with, you're gonna have to scrub hard to get it off. Third thing you're gonna need is witch hazel. The witch hazel is for cleaning up your face or your ears or your neck or anything that the hair dye is going to get on. The reason I use witch hazel is because it's not as strong as alcohol. Alcohol, I hate the smell, and it's really like not harmful to my skin, but it's a little bit harsh. So witch hazel is the better alternative. Then you're going to need cotton balls, best friends. You're going to need Vaseline or petroleum jelly, or I use this coconut oil hair thingy that my husband uses for his waves. The reason I use this is because it's what we have. I don't really have Vaseline, so it just works fine. And what I do with this is I just line it up to where I want to prevent the dye getting onto my skin. It makes it easier for the color to come off, and sometimes it prevents it from even like staining your skin, so it works really well. You're also going to need a wide tooth comb. Why wide tooth? Because it's better for your hair. The little teeth thing, that's just going to pull your hair and yank all those knots, and it's not good. You pull your hair, falls out, the circle of life, right? We don't want our hair to fall out, so we are not going to pull it. The next thing that you're going to need is a set of these. This is a little hair dye cup thing and the little brush. You don't really must have this, but I like it because this is what I use to dye my edges or like around my hairline. Why? Because it's more precision, so I won't get it on my skin. If I just use the bottle and my fingers, then most likely it's going to get everywhere. So I use this just to line it up, just so it can look crisp. You're going to need a pair of gloves. I already used mine, so they're gone, but you can get like the latex gloves, or if you're allergic to latex, you can get the latex free gloves. They're like 50 cents at Sally's, 34 cents at the beauty shop. Just a pair of those. You're going to need 2 plastic bags, Walmart bags, whatever, shopping bags, any kind of bags, or a hair cap. I like to use bags because I already have those, but you can use a hair cap or whatever. Liz recommends that you sit under the hair dryer because of the heat, and it helps it the color penetrate more. I don't have one at home, so I just use double bags because it'll get nice and steamy in there, and it'll cook it not as well as the hair dryer, but it cooks it enough for me when I don't have time to go to the hair salon. As far as my hair routine, how I cleanse my hair, how I keep up with it, how I keep it bright, this is how I do it. First off, I wash it once a week. Some of you may be like, ooh, that's nasty. Some of you may be like, that's cool, I do that anyways. The reason why is because the less you wash it, the less it's gonna fade. Duh. Now, as far as heat, I don't really use heat on my hair. A, because it's short, so I don't really need to. B, because it damages your hair a lot. I mean, everybody knows this. If you own a straightener, you know it burns your hair, period. You can, if you just have long hair and you just have to straighten it, you make sure that you use a good heat protectant or the little cheat oil, or you can go get like some better hair oil that'll protect you from the heat. Again, at the beauty shop, they'll know exactly what you need just to protect your hair from the heat if you have to use heat a lot. If you ask my opinion, I think you shouldn't use heat that much. There's so many hairstyles, you can figure something out to where it's cute and you never use heat, you know? When I had long hair, if I wanted it to be curly or wavy, I would just roll it up in a bun. I can't do it with my short hair, but I'll try to anyways. You just like coil it up, like you twist it around your finger, you tie it up for like an hour, or overnight you can sleep with the bun or anything, and then when you wake up in the morning, take it down, brush it out, you're gonna have beach waves. There's a lot of ways to like not use heat on your hair, but that's one of the main things that helps me keep up with my hair. I don't use heat that much. So again, wash it about once a week. I don't use that much heat. And now how I clean it. This is what I use. This is the shampoo and conditioner that I use. It's a color protecting shampoo, Radiant Red. It's from Freida. I got this at, ooh, it's wet. I got this at Walmart. It's also at Target. It's at Walgreens. It's just all over me. Sorry, I used this like yesterday. It smells like heaven, and it's a set. So it's just shampoo, conditioner. Yeah, it's for red hair. It doesn't have dye in it, like it's not gonna tint your hands or anything, but it is red, so it's gonna keep it's gonna moisturize and kind of like renew the color. Cool. For after the shower, Usually I use this, the bioinfusion daily volume spray. It's a leave-in spray. It smells awesome. Lately I've been needing a little bit more I can't talk, y'all. A little bit more moisture in my hair because of the weather change. Outside is starting to get cold and a little bit dry. So I found this, Miss Jessie. How can I explain Miss Jessie? Miss Jessie is the bomb. All her hair products are the bomb. They're a little bit expensive, which is why I have a sample. To tell you the truth, okay, fine. Here's the backstory to this. We went to a fashion show during Fashion Week in New York, and the sample, or not the sample bags, the gift bags were sponsored by Miss Jessie's. So there was like Miss Jessie bags everywhere, right? Like on every chair, how it's a fashion show. And when I got to my seat, I looked in it, and literally they had like 5 samples of all this amazing shit from Miss Jessie. And I was just like, hold on. You know, I looked around to see if anybody else was just as excited, right? Nobody really cared. Like, they just left their bags. So, you know, being... how do I put this? Being the money-savvy person that I am, like, knowing how expensive this stuff was, I literally went into, like, all the bags that were left over that people really didn't take or anything. I went in there and I got all the samples. Why? Because this shit is amazing. And they're crazy for not taking it, right? Even, like... I put my homie on, Yobi. He has this curly hair thing going on. It works for guys too. Like, it's magic. Me and him have been using this for the past month and a half, and it's the bomb. So aside from this, I've been using the leave-in condish. It's the bomb. So if you can get your hands on some Miss Jessie's, your hair is gonna love you. Cool. Like I said, I don't blow dry it. I just let it air dry. I sleep on it. If it's too poofy or too frizzy, I'll put like a wave cap on, don't judge me, or like a do-rag. And since they're like, not satin, but they're like a soft kind of satin material, then they just make the frizz go away. Like when I wake up, the frizz is gone, my hair's flat, cool. If you have curly hair, like curly, Miss Jessie's will give you life. If you have curly hair and you want red hair, your hair is probably going to be drier than the average person, or really dry. So you really want to invest in a good conditioner, okay? Once a week, I do a leave-in, like a leave-in treatment. Oh, I totally left it in the bathroom. Hold on. I use this one, again, Miss Jess. It's called the Super Sweetback Treatment, and it says, and I quote, "The best darn deep treatments, period." Miss Jessie's is more for like kinky, curly, wavy, dry hair. So if you have really straight hair that's just like very oily or just flat, it's cute too. Don't even get mad. If your hair is not dry, then you can find a lighter one so it doesn't make your hair greasy and heavy. But if your hair is dry, curly, kinky, everywhere, okay? I do it once a week, leave it in for 15 minutes, wash it out, then wash my hair regularly. Perfect. Okay, as far as touch-ups, for right now, for the fall, for the winter, I'm gonna do the ombre thing, so that's why I'm letting my roots grow out, because I just think it's super cute. So that's what I'm gonna do. When spring rolls back around, I'll probably refresh my roots and just be all red again. But for right now, I'm doing that. So just every 3 washes or 3 weeks, a month, 3 weeks, depends how much it's faded, then I will do a wash with this, okay? Now, for first timers or for root touch-ups, if you've never had red hair and you want to do it, this is what Liz did to me. What we did, my hair was already very color treated, so we had to do it very carefully. So if you have dyed your hair a lot in the past year and it's a little bit brittle or you're scared, I would say go to a professional. Call Liz. Because what we had to do, I had blue, I think it was blue, no, blue-brown. I had brown-blue hair before I went back to red, which is retarded because I started at red, but then I got bored, yada yada, okay? You have to struggle until you find your one true love, okay? It applies to hair too, alright? So what we had to do is just strip that color, which is with bleach. If you know anything about hair, you know that bleach is the devil, so you have to do it very carefully. So what we did, we just bleached my hair. It took us a couple of tries because, like I said, it is blue and brown, and it was just a mess, okay? And it was awkward. Which is really why I cut it all off again, because it was just nasty. But okay. So you bleach your hair, and then you do the semi-permanent. The reason that she did the semi-permanent on me is because it's not as strong, it's not going to damage your hair that much, and it's still going to be vibrant. Okay? The one downside to semi-permanent, it bleeds. Yeah? When you wash it, the water comes out red all the time, every time. Okay? It's just what it is. Like, you just have to deal with it. You know, like, it comes with the territory, you know? Like, if you eat too much, you're gonna get fat. If you dye your hair red, semi-permanent red or like a rinse, it's gonna bleed. But it's cool. I've come to peace with it. I deal with it. I've figured out how to manage it. My hair's short, so it doesn't get on my clothes that much, but I always try to have my hair dry before I put on clothes, or at least white clothes, or anything other than black clothes. That's just what it is, you know? If you're down for it, do it. Join the team, all red everything. It's the best ever. I just love my hair so much. Okay, my hair color. Alright? So that's how it is. Every 2 weeks, I rinse it. You know, when it's feeling dry or like I really need to go see Liz, I'll go see Liz. But lately, I haven't had the time. I have been just like everywhere, so I had to do it myself. Okay? Again, if you're not comfortable with your own skills, please go see Liz. If you're in Houston, she's on South Gessner, call her. She's the best. And she's like the sweetest person on earth, so you're just gonna love her. Love. Alright? Boom, there you have it. Now we're gonna go on to me showing you how I refresh my hair. So just stick around, it's gonna go next. We're gonna start with my hair being damp. I didn't wash it with shampoo, I just stuck my hand under the sink and got it a little bit wet. Now I brush it out with a wide tooth comb so it can be nice and detangled. Then we move on to our gloves. We wanna make sure our manicure does not get ruined. Then I lighten up my head with the Vaseline, or in this case the coconut jelly, just to make sure that my skin does not get stained. I hate when that happens, so here I'm gonna go on the back of my neck as well. Pour some of the hair dye in the cup for our edges, and then go in with the bottle. So what I'm doing here is just putting a little bit on my head and then going over it with my hands. That way I can make sure that it's evenly distributed. I don't want any splotches or spots. So I go in with the bottle and then with my hands, just like that. Of course, I go into the back so that the back of my head is even. Go over it with my fingers, like that. Then I go in with the brush and line up the back of my neck just to make sure nothing smears and is just lined up properly. So again, go in with the bottle. Then with the towel, I clean up a little bit so it doesn't get stained, even though we use the jelly just to make sure. Put it on my head and then go over it with my fingers like that. Then I like to go with the witch hazel just to make sure. And then I flip over so I can cover most of the back of my head and so I can look at it. Then I was having a real hardcore jam session. Her album goes hard, y'all. Anyways, back to it. So we go in with the hair dye. Then once I'm almost close to being done, I brush it out so it can be detangled. Then I put some in my hands and go over it again. And here we go on to line up the edges. So with the bottle and the brush, or not the bottle, the cup and the brush, line up my hair just to make sure it's even. Then I take off my gloves very carefully and go to the bags. I put on the first bag, make sure it's squished and no air in it. Then I go over it with the second bag so it can be nice and steamy in there. Then once that's done, I want to go with a cotton ball and some of the witch hazel and clean up some of my edges and my ears because I don't want it to stain. Then we wait for an hour and here's the final look. Bright red hair. So what I did was put it on, let it sit for about an hour onto the plastic bag so it can be nice and steamy. Washed it off, did my leave-in, and then I just let it air dry. Okay? So that's everything. I hope you guys loved it. Whoa. I hope you guys loved it. If you are already team all red everything, we love you. If you're thinking of it, do it. Do it. If you're thinking about it, it means you want to. It means it's going to look great. Do it. If you do it, if you do have it, if you did like this video, tag me in a picture, show me, leave me a comment. I want to see all red everything. Stay tuned for my next video. See you later.
This thing about mission, misunderstood. Love can be bitter, love can be sweet. Sometimes devotion, sometimes it's sick. If music was making love, put this on repeat. This is dedication. Love sick, girl, your medication.